Space exploration has been the biggest phenomenon of past 100 years. In less than 70 years, we have taken massive steps in space exploration. From the launch of first satellite in 1957 to the launch of Advanced James Webb Space Telescope in 2021, there are a few moments that stand out as truly great. These are the moments that have pushed the boundaries of our knowledge and imagination, and have inspired us to dream of what is possible. Let's take a look at 7 of these greatest moments in space exploration, in their chronological order. Number 1. The launch of first satellite Sputnik 1, 1957. In October of 1957, the first satellite was launched to orbit Earth by the then Soviet Union. As we know it by the name of Sputnik 1, it was a very small satellite, but it had a very large impact on the world, as it opened the gates towards space exploration. It was the first time that a human-made object was sent to space and placed into orbit around the Earth. Sputnik 1 was a very small satellite, just 58 centimeters or 23 inches in diameter, an aluminum sphere with 4 radio antennas, weighing around 84 kilograms or 184 pounds. The satellite emitted a continuous radio signal that could be picked up by radio receivers on Earth. It was put into orbit at an altitude of about 950 kilometers or 590 miles and orbited Earth at a speed of about 18,000 miles per hour or 29,000 kilometers per hour. While Sputnik 1 did not carry any scientific instruments, its launch and subsequent orbit around the Earth provided scientists with valuable data about the upper atmosphere, the ionosphere, and the effects of space radiation. The launch of Sputnik 1 sparked a new era of competition between the United States and the Soviet Union. And in many ways this led to the creation of NASA in October 1958. This space race would lead to many important advances in space exploration, including the first human spaceflight, the first moon landing, and the construction of the International Space Station. Number 2. First human in space mission Vostok 1, 1961. The Vostok 1 mission, to put first human in space, was launched on April 12, 1961, from the Baikonur Cosmodrome in present-day Kazakhstan. The spacecraft was piloted by Yuri Gagarin, a Soviet Air Force pilot who had been selected for the mission because of his excellent flying skills and his mental and physical fitness. This was a major milestone in the history of space exploration. It was the first time that a human had traveled into space and returned safely. The Vostok 1 mission lasted for only 108 minutes. During that time, Gagarin orbited the Earth once and reached a maximum altitude of 327 kilometers. The Vostok 1 mission was a historic event that changed the course of space exploration. It showed that humans could travel into space and return safely, and it inspired a generation of scientists and engineers to pursue careers in space exploration. The mission also paved the way for future space missions, including the Apollo moon landings and the International Space Station. Number 3. The moon landings, 1969. The first moon landing was part of the Apollo program, which was a series of crewed spaceflights that were designed to land humans on the Moon and bring them safely back to Earth. These moon landings were the culmination of years of research and development by NASA and its associates. The Apollo 11 mission was launched on July 16, 1969, from the Kennedy Space Center in Florida. The spacecraft was a Saturn rocket, which was the most powerful rocket ever built till then. The Saturn rocket carried 3 astronauts, Neil Armstrong as the commander, Buzz Aldrin as the lunar module pilot, and Michael Collins, the command module pilot. The Apollo 11 spacecraft traveled to the Moon for 3 days. On July 20, 1969, Armstrong and Aldrin landed the Moon and spent about 2.5 hours on the Moon, during which time they collected samples of lunar soil and rocks, set up scientific experiments, and took photographs. They then blasted off from the Moon and returned to Earth, and splashed down safely in the Pacific Ocean on July 24, 1969. This was a major milestone in the history of space exploration. It was the first time that humans had set foot on another celestial body. The mission was also a major victory for the United States in the space race against USSR. The mission showed that humans could travel to other worlds and return safely. This also inspired a generation of scientists and engineers to pursue careers in space exploration. Number 4. The development of reusable space shuttles. 1977. The Space Shuttle program was conceived in the early 1970s as a way to reduce the cost of access to space. It was also seen as a way to build and maintain a space station in low Earth orbit. The outcome was a space shuttle, which was a groundbreaking vehicle that helped to revolutionize space travel, and it was the first reusable spacecraft. The program saw the development of multiple space shuttles by the NASA. These space shuttles were Columbia, 1981, the first space shuttle to make a flight on April 12, 1981. Challenger, 1983. This orbiter was destroyed in an accident on January 28, 1986, shortly after liftoff. Discovery. The Discovery made the most space shuttle flights, with a total of 39 missions from year 1984 onwards. Atlantis made the second most space shuttle flights, with a total of 33 missions from year 1985 onwards. Endeavour, 1991. This orbiter was built to replace Challenger, and made its first flight on May 7, 1992. All 5 space shuttles were retired from service in July 2011 after 135 missions. However, the Space Shuttle program was not without its problems. There were 2 major accidents, Challenger in 1986 and Columbia in 2003, that killed a total of 14 astronauts. Despite its problems, the Space Shuttle program was a major success. It helped to revolutionize space travel and pave the way for future space exploration. It was the first reusable spacecraft, and it allowed NASA to launch and retrieve satellites, conduct experiments in space, and build and maintain the International Space Station. The Space Shuttle program also helped to train astronauts and develop new technologies that are still used today. These are the first 4 of the 7 greatest moments in space exploration. Keep watching the part 2 of 7 greatest moments in space exploration and subscribe to our channel if you have not already done so. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe for more.